Hey there everyone, my name is Jeremy, aka Floppin' Harry, and welcome to my first stream. Or in my case, welcome nobody. Anyway, I want to get started doing, talking about American Truck Simulator, European Truck Simulator. I've been playing these games for a couple of years now, and so I thought I would get into a little bit of streaming to show you what I've done, how I do it, and talk about my setup. But before we go any further, let's run the titles. Okay, so what I do is I run a triple monitor setup. My PC is basically an i7 and it's a 10700K CPU. I'm also running an RTX 3070. Now, with all the streaming plus the gameplay on the triple monitors, I get around 75-80 frames per second on ultra settings, and so it's working pretty well so far. I've been playing ATS for a little while now, and I decided to get into doing this streaming. So let me show you a little bit about what I've done so far. Okay, as you can see, I have a few profiles here. The game I was playing, I was up level 35, driven 71,000 miles, 52% of the road explored. I have delivered 107 deliveries. But more importantly, I have 54 garages and I own 270 trucks and drivers. And so as you can see, I've done quite a lot. I'm making over $1 million a day, so I own every garage you can on these current DLCs that are out. I have tried the Pro mods before, but I took them off because of the 1.4 beta. I wanted to get into that more so. So what I might do is show you what I've done recently. I started a new game, and I'm at level 15 at the moment, so I only have done 26 deliveries, and I only had 5 trucks. So we started again to see how to do it. Now there's a few different things that I do to build up the game. Well, let's get into it. So a lot of people say get the higher amount loans because the interest rate is lower. What I tend to do is go for the smaller ones so I can pay them back quicker, so I'm not actually paying interest for a long time. And that's helped me because I can do one job and pay off a loan after that one job. I don't have to wait until 15, 20 jobs to pay off a huge chunk of money, if that makes sense. So, at the moment, I'm actually hauling some Kenworth trucks from Elko to Seattle, and I'm going to get driving so you can see how I drive. I tend to drive a little faster than most people. I try and stick to the road rules, but, you know, we can always be forgiven sometimes. Okay, here we go. I'm in the middle of the drive. I've 507 miles to go, and it's now 5 to 1 in the morning. It's pretty cool. And thanks Matt for tuning in, and say hello to Beth for me as well. That's pretty cool. So there's the high beams. It's pretty dark. The lighting system in 1.4 is actually pretty cool. I really do like it a lot. I used to run a mod for the lighting, some real lighting effects, and that was excellent. But what I found is going to 1.4 on the beta, 1.40, the lighting mods are actually included pretty well. So I took that one off. And the best part I like is when you go under lights, you see the cabin light up, and just like you would in real life. So that's pretty sweet. The other thing I found was there's a radio station in Euro Truck Simulator that I really like a lot. And so if you're not familiar with putting the radio on, you just hit R on the keyboard for the radio, and what you do is select the Ontario is discovered. So you put the radio on, so you hit R. I'm probably going to get banned for this, but smooth radio is fantastic. Hit
Left
play.
Between shopping trolleys. Everyone who keeps a safe distance if
it's
they
a
have to
UK
go
channel,
out is helping stop the spread of
and
COVID-19.
as you can hear, there's a COVID-19 ad. But I'll leave that off for now so we don't get in trouble from the stream.
Reroute.
She asked me to go off, now she's telling me to reroute? What? Okay, green light, that's good. So, what I want to know is what are you guys running? How are you running it? Are you getting any lag? As you can see, I do get a little bit of choppiness every now and then. I'm trying to work out what those settings are. I think it's to do with the VSync, but I'm not quite sure yet. The other mod I am running, which I do enjoy a lot, is I think it's a 1750 horsepower engine, which allows me to go a little bit faster and accelerate a little better.
And then exit right.
Now, the other thing I do with my game is when I'm starting out is on the jobs that I take,
Right.
I look at my map. And as you can see here on the map, I have a little turn off. And the reason why I turn this off is because there's an question mark here. And what I tend to do is try and discover all these places on my trip. So therefore I'm also discovering the map while I'm driving someone else's truck, and therefore I'm looking at the map, I'm going through the map, and also
Get ready to turn right.
discovering everything I need to on someone else's dime, essentially. The main thing is you do your trip
Turn right.
in the time allocated so you get more points. And when I look here, I've still got 29 hours and 39 minutes to deliver, and so far it says that it's only going to be 9 hours of driving left to go.
Keep right.
So that's cool. And the cool thing is, I hate driving in this view. I have 3 Kenworths on the back. So the type of cargo also gives you more points as well. So the more little icons you have when you select the job, the better, because it gives you experience in all different areas.
Turn left.
So I always go for those jobs. Not always the highest paying jobs, but I like to go for the jobs that will give you the most experience as well when you're starting
Turn
out.
left.
So there's a nice balance between price and... Oh, screw it, I'm not waiting. It's taking too long. Time's the key. Try and get everything done in time, or else you
Get
lose
ready
points.
to turn right. Turn right.
Now there's a car coming in. Oops, I can see that in my third mirror, third monitor. So I know you guys can't see it on screen. And turn in, so that's good. So I think this is going to be a recruitment agency, which is good because the more recruitment agencies you find, the more people you have to choose from. Well, that's my thoughts anyway.
Get ready to turn right.
And it is. There we go.
Turn right.
As you can see, there it is there. It's awesome. I do love the graphics in this game. And the cool thing is having a steering wheel works a treat. I'm using a G29 steering wheel from Logitech. I used to play it on my Mac. It worked okay,
right,
but obviously it works way better on PC. That's why I switched over to PCs. But
Turn
to all
right.
the people out there on Macs, you can... Oh, turn left on red? Yeah, why not? Right on red, sorry. To all the people who use Macs, you can use the Logitech G29 for driving, and it's not it's not the most easy to set up. It's hit or miss sometimes, but you can do it. I did it for a while, then I switched to PC because it just worked better. I could also upgrade the video card so I could run the triple monitors. The other game I play is Assetto Corsa. I've only just started getting into that. Oh jeez. Someone's trying to cut me off. Or was I just driving way too fast?
Keep left and then turn left.
Cool thing is if you don't want to get speeding fines, you can turn them off. If you don't want to turn them off, just
Turn
drive
left.
on the shoulder and the speed limit disappears. And you can also pass people on the shoulder, but I don't recommend that because you want to be a good driver. Now, I'm not playing multiplayer mode at the moment. I'm playing single player mode, so therefore I can drive a bit more recklessly. But I do not recommend that in multiplayer mode because there is a level of respect you need to show the other drivers, and you really should obey as many laws as possible. Because what I found is when I get back into my car in real life, I tend to want to drive like I do the truck sim when I'm just by myself, and that can get very dicey. I also like to use the engine brake when I'm driving faster, as you can hear. It's not very loud, but it helps you when you're going around corners like this. You can just let go of the accelerator without putting the brake on, and it'll just take a little bit of speed off. It's especially good going downhill. It helps a lot. Let's get this guy to move out my way. What a jerk. Me, that is, not the guy in front of me. But that's okay. It's pretty sad, I know. But the cool thing is you can sit here doing this for quite a few hours and it's quite relaxing. Just the thing you need to do after a hard day's work is just kick back, go for a little drive, clear your mind, and it's always a lot of fun. The other cool thing about this game is you do have to, if you haven't played it before, you do have to sleep so your avatar... Oh, look at this outside here. Look at that. What a cool... The graphics in this are amazing. You do have to put your character to sleep sometimes so they can drive the rest of the time as in normal driving. You can't just drive constantly without stopping. And also you need to refuel, and that's always a huge one. There's been many times where I've coasted into a gas station because I've run out of gas. So on my dashboard I tend to have how many miles left to go in my tank, because that for me is the most important. Because on my map on the side there you get to see how fast I'm driving, you get to see all those different things, so I don't necessarily need to see that on my dash. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comment section. Happy to answer them. Also, smash the subscribe button if you like what you're seeing so far. Or if you want to know more, if you want to have any suggestions about what you want to see, I'll be more than happy to share them with you. You can also connect with me through Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram. All of them are at Flop and Harry. Pretty easy to find. As you can see, I'm driving 100 miles an hour at the moment, and there's a cop. I wish I could do that in real life, but I'm too scared. As I said, I don't recommend driving like this in multiplayer mode, because you'll find you will just annoy so many people. But when you're by yourself, it's a different story. also I want to get to my destination quicker. So we've got 6 hours of driving, or 6.5 hours of driving left to do on this route. The cool thing is, I think it works out to be about 15 minutes in real time equals an hour in game time. And so you don't have to sit there for the whole 6 hours. Although I was flying a flight simulator once, I play X-Plane 11, and I did fly from Newark in New Jersey to Boston, and it took me an hour in real time, as it would in game time, and I ended up crashing. So that was not fun at all. I also put some mods on there, so I have real companies, real billboards, and real gas prices and real gas stations. I like to have it as realistic as possible. Oh, we've got to pull in for a weigh-in. So the cool thing is you see companies like Tesla, you see companies like Walmart. I've also seen McDonald's in there as well.
Never mind. I'll find a new route.
So it's pretty sweet having all those real companies like BHP as well. And you can see everyone's passing us. Even though we work so hard to do that. There we go. The cool thing is I love these different views. It's so sweet. Oh, he's stopping in front of me, better get around him. There we go. Sorry about that, I muted the game. Put some high beams on to see what's going on. Now if you look on the little window on my navigation there, you'll see at the very top A13 shows you what gear you're in, and then next to that you'll have how much damage you have on the truck. Next to that is how much fuel you have left, and then how much you need. Oh, you cut me off. Right, let's back this up a little bit to let him pull out the way. Can't believe that. Did you see that? He just literally pulled in front of me. How it was over. I don't know what he did that for. This is the thing with the AI drivers. They do some random stuff sometimes. In fact, I was driving the other day and there was an AI ambulance and it literally smashed into a train. Like it didn't understand that it was there. There's a photo on my Instagram of it. It was so funny. I just pull up and there's this ambulance trying to smash over the barriers to the train. But that's with the beta. It's not the final version, so there are little glitches like that. But the cool thing is, you get to test it out and help them out in the process. Shout out to SCS Software. Excellent job with these games. Love it. Speaking of sponsorships, I'd like to give a shout out to my local ShopRite. That's where I get all my food and beverage from. Especially the store owner Mark, or manager, store manager Mark. He's fantastic. Through the whole coronavirus, he has his staff have been excellent. Not only do they do great precautions, every one of them is extremely nice, extremely happy to help out, find what you need, and accommodate everything, and they've kept the place open, which is excellent. Oh, we've got a yellow light. Wow, it's red. Couldn't stop. Going too fast. And so, a big shout out to the ShopRite in South Plainfield, New Jersey, especially Mike, the store manager there, and all his staff. Excellent job, people. Very much appreciated. This is the fun part. Waiting for the lights. But then again, you have to do that in real life too, so it's pretty cool. There we go. Funny thing is, they've even programmed the drivers to do a little
and then continue straight on.
Turn the opposite way first, then turn. It's really
Go straight on.
Now, the reason why I'm going down here is because I'm stopping at the Mac dealership
Make
here.
a U-turn.
Because I've just discovered the Mac dealership. And if you look where I'm about to turn in, everyone's favourite store.
When possible, make a U-turn.
This is Walmart. I've got to do a U-turn. Oh. So let me just go around this way.
Let's find a new route.
Oh, look at this. There's my trucks. There we go. We are done. That was a bit too sharp a turn for the trucks.
Keep right, and then continue straight on.
If you look here, Walmart. It's awesome.
Go straight on.
That's not in the original, but I put a mod in for that.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Turn right on red. You can do that in New Jersey and New York.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Taking too long, it's going to take forever.
Turn right.
Don't do that at home, kids. That's not fair to other drivers. And especially don't do it in the multiplayer. It's illegal driving. And you'll find yourself banned very quickly, so don't do it. The main thing is use your indicators every time. Just passing a Tesla, so that's cool. But I'm really impressed with the graphics in this game. It's pretty sweet. As I said, this is my first ever stream. Just testing out quite a few things, settings, etc. So if there is something that you would like to suggest that I change, update, fix, do well, do wrong, I'm willing to take any sort of criticism because it's always good to learn.
Exit right.
Oh, that's my exit there. I'm going to go here anyway. I know I shouldn't, but watch this. If you go on the other side, you can get around it. But that's not the problem. The problem is coming up further. They're just blocking off the exit because something further down here is happening, and then you can see it. Look at this. Right. So, what we have to do is find a way around it, and it's usually on the inside here. We go right up against the edge. There we go, right past the helicopter. Pretty sweet. So now we have the road to ourselves because no one's allowed down here for a little bit. You'll see artificial intelligence drivers coming in soon, but now you're supposed to do the rerouting and detours because that's part of the game. But it also adds a lot of miles, and because I want to get through this stream fairly quickly, I'm going for a vehicle inspection. Here we go. You're not really going to get penalised for these, but if you don't do them, but it's always good to do them because, you know, that's the whole point of being a truck driver, is doing this sort of stuff. So Just adds the realism a little bit. At the moment, I only have 5 drivers working for me, so they're not making a lot of money. The best thing you can do with your drivers is set them all, at the very start, is set them all to long distance jobs. So they'll look for long distance jobs. That means there's more money in long distance, and it builds up their skill level better. The best place to get a garage when you're starting out as well, because I'll ask you where to put your garage, is put it in the middle of the map, in a place that has quite a few different companies. Oh, it's Coca-Cola. Run out of fuel, better find gas. So you want to find a town that has multiple industries that you can take deliveries from, to, etc. like that. So therefore you're going to get more jobs. It's easier to find jobs that way, and that will start you off in a good place. The place I've started many times is Elko, but also you can do Oakland. It's another good one. San Francisco, or LA. They have quite a few different places. You want to find a garage that has repairs and gas right nearby. I mean, your garages have those things as well, but it's better to have a few more places around as well. Right, so now I've got to start driving a little bit easier because I only have 109 miles left in the tank. I'll turn the engine brake off, so therefore it's not slowing me down as much when I coast.
Keep right, and then exit right.
A bit of two-wheel action there.
Exit right.
Have I said how much I love the scenery? I love the scenery in this. It just makes me happy. And the cool thing is, the time of day, it's now 4:41 AM, so therefore the sun is starting to come up. The sunrise and sunsets are fantastic in this. Okay, so Yakima we're coming into, or Yakima, I have no idea. I'm going to get off very shortly to get some gas. Let's look at the map. Right, so as you can see here, this is where the next checkpoint is, because I want to see that one, but here is gas, so I'm going to go here first. Whoops, it's supposed to be that one. Wrong button. So normally I wouldn't have gone through Yakima, but because I'm on a job and I haven't discovered it yet, I thought I would go there and kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. Passing another Walmart. Actually, I was listening to the radio today while I was driving to work, and I heard an ad for Walmart needing truck drivers in real life. So if you're looking for a career change, get your CDL license and look at Walmart, because they have some great benefits and you get paid time off straight away. Right, stop the engine, and now we fill up. I've also put real gas prices on here as a mod, so it makes it feel like there's more things you can do. Right, let's start the engine, let's get going. Right. Oop, car's coming. Sorry, boys. I did look.
Get ready to turn left.
Too busy looking at the street.
Turn left.
Right, so now I'm getting back onto the main road, where I was looking to be anyway. Now if you look here, not all gas stations have gas for trucks. So keep in mind when you're planning a route, plan gas breaks in as well. Look at the map, see if you've got a long time ahead from... Oh, not turning yet, sorry. See if you've got a long time between gas breaks, and so you might need to plan one accordingly. This guy's going way too slow. Right, screw it. No patience.
Go straight on.
Good thing it turned green
Keep
while I
right,
got there.
and then turn right.
Right in front of the cop. Look at this. Sorry, boys.
Keep left.
Don't do
and
this in
then
multiplayer.
turn
It's not good. Right, so
Turn
now I'm
left.
going down here with a green arrow, mind you, because here's another recruitment place. And we found another Mac dealership.
Get ready to turn left.
Right, so
Never
that's
mind.
good.
I'll
Now,
find a new route.
finding the dealerships is really good
Finding a
Right.
new route.
because what that does is allow you to
Please
buy
make a
from
U-turn when
local
possible.
places where you can, if you're nearby. Oops, this is going to get messy. Oh no, we're good. The reason why I said messy is I was looking in the mirrors and it looked like the last truck out of the 3 that I'm hauling
Turn left.
was potentially going to get stuck. Alright, good luck.
Keep left.
We've got 163 miles to go.
Keep left.
Now, the cool thing is when you start getting tired, the game will sit there and show you that you're getting tired by simulating your eyes starting to droop. And when that happens, it does get a little scary because you can't really control what you're doing. And especially when you start to doze, then the screen goes black and just says dozing, and you can still hear everything, but you don't know what's happening on screen. So you can potentially just wipe out very easily. Then when you do that, you have to get a tow truck. When you get a tow truck, it costs you hours, taking off time from how much time you got left to deliver, and it also will cost you money out of the drive as well. Look at this. What glorious graphics. SCS software, well done. Very impressive. So it's getting to the point where I can almost turn off my headlights. Because that also helps with the frames per second. The more lighting effects you have, the more work it has to do. So it sorts out reflections, things like that. If you do want to speed up, if you have a slower system and you do want to speed things up, the best thing you can do is change the mirror resolution. Because the more reflections you have, the more mirrors you have, the more times the engine has to render. So if you turn them to lower setting and leaving everything else high, it'll actually help you a lot in the long run with the amount of frames per second. So that's done in the game settings. As you can see, starting to whip along now, we're doing 100 miles an hour. My foot is flat to the floor. Right, let's get this guy away. Now you're going to see something which is highly illegal. Don't try at home, especially do not try in the multiplayer. You can actually fit down the side there on the shoulder. Vehicle inspection.
Okay, let's find a new route. Never mind, I'll find a new route.
So it's fun whipping along at that speed sometimes. Right, 77,320 pounds is what I'm hauling.
Go straight on.
Coming, that's good. Now the cool thing is slowing down for that way station means I had to slow down for this corner anyway. So that is good news. Okay, let's go around this Mustang convertible. That's the other thing, look at those light rays. Magical. Okay, here we go. This is gonna be fun. Look at that. Oh, look at that driving. Magnificent. Spectacular. No matter how much I drive this, I'm always constantly amazed with the graphics and the countryside. I know a lot of things repeat here and there and stuff, and I get that, but the detail in the trees and stuff when you set things to ultra is just fantastic. So we've got 36 miles to go. Not long now until we're done. Got a new Tesla, a little bit of whoop whoop. So we're in Seattle at the moment, and if you've ever been to Seattle, you'll notice they have a lot of concrete roads like that, and if they also have this bridge. It's fantastic. I've been there once. We went to the National Special Olympics there, and it was actually pretty cool. I would like to go back to Seattle.
Keep left.
So we're keeping left. Ah, bridge. Here it echoes under there too. But yes, there are a lot of concrete barriers and stuff like that, just like this in Seattle.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Keep right.
So as you can see, we're coming up to the end of the drive now, and I want to say it's been fun, and I think you guys
Go
are
straight
fun.
on.
Even in, I think one person's, oh no, 2 followers. What's going on? This is amazing.
Keep right.
I'm so happy right now. So guys, make sure you hit the subscribe or follow. I really appreciate it. As you can see, we're coming in to deliver the trucks at the moment. Now this is a fun time. Parking. Right, let's So we're just going to get this done. And I think we're going to end it after this. If you have any questions, any information you want to know, there is some, if you want to go triple monitors, it's fantastic. There is some settings in the config files that you have to adjust. But apart from that, it's pretty good to go. Here we go. Look at this. Perfect. Decouple. Okay. So you can see this is all the money that I'm making from the trip. 46 DAO, 987 XP. So, as you can see, we finished up there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll put out more streams. Hopefully we can get some followers. And we can start asking a few questions to see what's going on, how to do the game, strategies. Always like to learn. You guys are fantastic. Take care.